Step 20 of the build instructions has you installing the brain with the VexIQ clips. And then 21 installs the battery. And that will complete the speed build, as we will not be adding the flexible cables in our 3D model. So, details on the brain. Gets inserted between the two cross pieces, and the IQ clips go in the second hole in on this side and the third hole on this. It's not super critical to get the exact holes for the clips as long as they actually insert into the proper places on the brain. So let's go back to Inventor. We'll place our brain. It's located in the Logic folder. Here's our V5 brain. Set it off to the side a little bit. Now, to lock it in place, there are all kinds of iMates on here. Let's change our view, come in from the bottom. It might be a little easier. Now, over here is the edge of the battery where the cable will connect to it. So we need to make sure we have this side of the brain connected by that side. So top view, change my orientation of it just a little bit, go to free rotate. I'm going to spin it so that it looks a bit more like that, kind of drag it roughly to where it needs to be. There we go. The plug for the battery cable on the same side where there is room for the battery cable on the battery. Okay, and drop this view, lower it down a little bit, and work on inserting it. So, this hole, that's what needs to line up right there. iMates should work fine. Lock that one in. I just need to lock in any other iMate together, and our brain is secured. I now need to place a couple of the IQ clips. They are in the structure folder, VexIQ rivets. Let's place one nearby where we need it. It's a simple iMate into that hole. Might be hard to see unless you zoom in. I was lucky and got it. Now I need another one here on this hole. Third one in from that indent. So let's scroll down, drag out another rivet, and I made it in place right there. Now, for a couple of rivets, I didn't feel it's worthy of actually doing a pattern to secure them. Just drag out another rivet. We'll just do them individually. It's just as quick. Just make sure I got the right insert, that nothing's embedded. Like if I had accidentally grabbed the iMate off of the brain, that would be inside of the metal. You want to watch out for things like that. It's physically impossible. You don't want to have your model show that. So we got the right iMate. The brain is clipped into place. The battery is located in the power subfolder. Bring a battery in, place in place. Now the battery itself doesn't have iMates. There's not really any place to put a good iMate on it. And the sides of it aren't really perpendicular, they tend to slope. So in order to constrain the battery, we need to go to the constrain menu. We're going to just do a mate. We're going to take the bottom flat edge of the battery and we're going to zoom in, and I need to select a flat edge. Let me change my view a little bit so you can tell what I'm doing. A flat edge of this battery clip right there. I'm going to click OK. Now, the battery doesn't look like it's in the right orientation, but it's secured to that clip. I can't move it up and down away. Now, it looks like I can now, but I'm in a 3D view. If I actually click straight on from the back and I try to move this, it can't go that way. It can only slide up, down, in, and out. Okay. Now, the other thing we're going to use to constrain it is this work plane that we have on this clip. It goes right down the middle of the clip. Now we need a plane down the middle of the battery, and I don't see one. However, if I go to my browser and I expand under the battery, there's a folder called Origin. Now, all the parts have this, and in it, you can see where the original planes were, the XZ, the YZ, the XY, and it just so happens the way this battery is constructed, the XY plane goes right down the middle. I have it selected. You can see it on the battery. With it selected from the browser, go to your Constrain menu. We are just going to leave it on Mate, and I am going to mate it with that work plane. Be careful you actually get the work plane selected. And there you go. I'm going to click OK. Now it still slides this way, but it is locked in to that. To secure that, we're going to zoom in here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little plastic insert that sticks out there. If you can't see it, change your view angle a little bit. I am going to mate that. Constrain. Again, I'm going to click that edge. And I'm going to change my view. I want to mate it to this edge and that little insert right there. Click OK. My battery is now locked in place. There's room for the battery cable. If you look on this other edge down here, it's just far enough away. There's clearance for the axles. Our battery is now installed. You still see these work planes here. It's not an issue. When we're all done, I will show you how to get rid of those. But at this point, we have the speed build completed. We're moving on to finish the Clawbot. The next video, we'll begin to assemble the tower.